Last season was a disappointment for Los Angeles Infamous. They never made it into the finals, and they had to play in relegation games to preserve their Champions League spot throughout the year, and they finished 7th overall. The team was inconsistent in 2013, but they do have the talent to win, as they have mostly the same squad who was able to win 2 years ago in Chicago. The roster is stacked with talented veterans who play with a big chip on their shoulders. Damian Ryan has been nothing short of a wrecking ball for the past 2 years. His stats are up there with some of the best in the business, and he plays almost every point. Kevin Rudolph and Nicky Cuba are both experienced clutch support players, and Infamous has aggressive attackers in Brad McCurley, Drew Templeton, and Zach Wake, who have all proved capable in big games. The team is led by Travis Lemansky, who will need to make sure his roster stays focused and is able to utilize the talent that they have at their disposal so they can get back where they believe they deserve to be, on the podium, hosting a first-place trophy. Finally achieving the success that they have always dreamed of, San Antonio XFactor enters 2014 as the reigning PSP World Champions. They upset Edmonton Impact in the finals at World Cup in a dramatic come-from-behind victory. With their late-season success, XFactor didn't make many changes to their roster in the offseason, but they did get back Michael Kovar from a one-season stint with Moscow Red Legion. The team is anchored by its homegrown stars, with a few veteran imports and a little bit of young talent. Archie Montemayor and Colt Roberts are killers, and have been around since the inception of the team, and they are always a significant threat. Scott Kemp turned in a great performance at World Cup, and a young Dimitri Ninos' broken hand is healed and he should be back at 100%. Billy Renaccia could stand out on this snake layout, and how well he plays will have a direct impact on the team as a whole, as with Grayson Goff on the D side. Goff's solid play and explosive moves have had a huge positive effect on XFactor's fate. XFactor proved that they belong with the top-tier teams during their World Cup win, and they are looking to bring more consistency to their performances this year in order to bring home more trophies to Texas in 2014.
All right, I am here with Nicky Cuba from Infamous. You guys are playing great this weekend. You are 3-0. You are about to go up against XFactor, though. You were watching that last match when they came back from a 4-point deficit. Are you guys pretty confident you can beat them, though?
Yeah, they just showed, that they're, a really good team. They're coming into their own. But, we've been pushing it a lot harder, a lot more practices, and a lot more time with each other. So I think that, we're just coming out here. We're going to show them what we got and bring it to them.
Is there anything you're anticipating from them?
They're very heavy snake pushing. Scott Kemp is doing very well coming out here to Dorito side. But, their presence in the snake and Colt coming up the middle, they're all over. So, just reading their player personnel, we're able to do that, and we're able to see what, game plan they're running.
All right, well, Infamous and XFactor are both 3-0. We'll see who's going to go undefeated for the prelims.
Kristen Bell, I love you.
So the battle of the undefeated teams from the afternoon bracket is about to go down. Los Angeles Infamous is going to be taking on XFactor, the world champs. The winner of this team is going to be the first seed in this division, and they play Vicious. The loser is going to play Dynasty. So here we go. On the breakout, up all the way up to the center off the break is Colt Roberts, but he gets taken out. 3 bodies coming off for LA Infamous, and here comes Billy Renaccia running down Zach Patient in the snake, and it looks like we got a major penalty on Zach Patient. 2 red flags get thrown in the air.
That's actually a good call. Zach did spin on that. Billy had the upper hand.
Well, you heard the crowd go like, oh, penalty, right, even before the refs threw it, because it did look pretty blatant there. So that's going to be a huge wind in the sails for San Antonio XFactor.
Did Zach shoot him? I didn't even see it. Let's take a look at the replay real quick. I didn't even think Zach shot his gun. It looked like Billy was past him.
I think he definitely
Billy got the drop on him. Oh, yeah, he shot. Yeah, he turned for sure. I didn't think he even shot Billy. I thought Billy was past him before Zach even got his gun around.
He was. That's why he was shooting the ground behind him. Where'd who go? Where'd he go?
So not a good way to start off for Infamous. With a fresh major, $155, going straight on that board. And I think Damien might have actually got thrown in the box for that, so that's not going to be good for Infamous either. But San Antonio XFactor, you know, playing hot right now.
So when you look on paper here at the game matchups, it's dead even. You know, Infamous did struggle last year, but so did that San Antonio XFactor. But San Antonio XFactor, the ace card that they got to pull last season was their amazing performance at the World Cup when they took the victory against Edmonton Impact in the final. But on paper, man, these two teams are very evenly matched. And then not only that, look at their performances here during this event. Both teams undefeated, 3-0, heading and playing each other right now. Zach Patient, though, getting that major playing on penalty for spinning on Billy Bernaccia. And so for the next minute and 55 seconds, LA Infamous is going to be down a body, and not only that, XFactor scored that first point. Nice job by Scott Kemp, Archie Montemayor, and Dimitri Ninos to finish out the point and put the first one on the board. There's Nicky Cuba talking to Travis Lemansky, owner of Infamous. And here we go. The Bornstein brothers, Brad McCurley, Zach Patient, and then sitting in the box is going to be Drew Templeton doing time for Zach Patient. So let's see if Zach Patient can get it done over here on the Snake side.
On the breakout right there, XFactor coming out, getting shot right in the break. Michael Kovar taking the walk for XFactor, even it up 4-on-4. Todd, Drew Templeton.
Looks like Grayson Goff gets shot as well, going up to that temple on the Dorito side. LA Infamous gets two bodies out here to the Snake side as Brad McCurley makes it to the corner. And Zach Patient gets back up in the Snake. Damian Ryan now attacking the middle. He says he's pointing at Colt Roberts like he shot Colt Roberts, but also asking for a check in his shoulder. Damian Ryan tried to make a little sneaky move, but doesn't get it.
Yeah. Oh, he got a nice shot on Colt Roberts on the outside. Good job, Damian Ryan. In the box, actually, is Drew Templeton for that penalty. They blow the horn, concede the point to maintain the penalty. And as a major penalty, you do not come out of the box. There's still 1 minute and 10 seconds left on that penalty for LA Infamous.
Yeah, but Infamous able to get that point. So, you know, evening this ball game up, still playing down 4 bodies right there to start this next point, though. That's Drew Templeton right there, the man in jail right now doing time for his buddy.
I think they did that just to make him mad. So you may get mad because you see your boy playing when you're in the box. But, you know, we'll talk more about that. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
We all know what it's like. Trying to keep a complete set of Allen keys is near impossible in the paintball world. The Vanquish system makes it easy. You only need one for everything. One key, one gun, one company. My name is Nicky Cuba. I play for Team Infamous, and the Vanquish brings my game to another level.
So the rain's starting to come down again, and you can see Infamous gearing up for the weather, putting those beanies on over the goggles, and there's openings at the top of the goggles to let air in, but when it starts raining, you got to tape it up, put a beanie over it, a hat, a visor, something. You do not want that water seeping in. Also, sometimes people tape up the barrels so you keep the water from getting into the porting into the barrels, which allows air to escape, keeping those paintballs shooting straight. But, you know, you got to tape it up and try to keep those shots as accurate as possible. Looks like Brad McCurley's like, I don't care about any rain.
Not at all. You know, these guys both have had practices in the rain leading up to this event. You know, Infamous out of the Midwest, you know, most of their players, you know, they're used to this out there. So, you know, we've all been playing paintball for a long time now. It's not like it's never rained at a paintball tournament before.
Yeah, kind of par for the course a lot of times. So here we go on the breakout. Infamous still starting with 4. And 3 bodies. No, yes, 3 bodies alive as Corey Bornstein dies trying to get out wide on the D side of the field. They still have Damian Ryan, though, alive up in the center. Looks like 5 bodies alive, and here comes the push from San Antonio XFactor. Billy Bernaccia getting into the Snake. He's backed up by Dimitri Ninos.
Damian Ryan trying to stand tall.
Or no, it's Dixon Yang, sorry, and then Dixon Yang catches one, and then so does Billy Bernaccia. So here comes Infamous. They started down a body, but able to get a couple quick kills to even up the body count right now.
Yeah, Zach Patient back into the 50 Snake again, and he is going to have, he's got nobody on the Snake side at all. He's going to be able to come out and put pressure on Todd Morrow as Todd Morrow already feels the pinch. He gets shot, comes out. So just one body left alive for San Antonio XFactor, and Zach Patient now with the freedom to move. Oh, no, two bodies. That tall temple, if we keep making this mistake, I apologize. That tall temple straight in front of that mini Dorito over there on the far side. It's kind of hard to see that guy sometimes.
Well,
but
Todd, you see Zach Patient running off right now, high-fiving his boys because he played great over here. You know what's scary about Infamous now? They get Zach Patient back from that injury that he had. I believe it was a knee injury, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so he had a really bad knee injury, had to have some surgery on it, but he's back at full strength, 100%. Zach Wake is back on the team. He's playing awesome too, and that's what's scary. If you have Zach Patient and Zach Wake, the two Zachs over here, playing as good as they are, it's going to be tough to beat Infamous. Because they just have a lot of weapons. If they can get Damian Ryan rolling too, we haven't quite seen the performance out of Damian Ryan this event that we've seen previously in the past couple seasons, but that he's just a monster waiting to be awakened, really. So he's just got to find some form, and he's got enough talent on the team surrounding him to pick it up, though. But still, Infamous looking solid. 2-1 is the score. Let's look at Zach Patient do some work here. Zach Patient in the snake, got that shot crossfield. You can see the referee signaling those eliminations as Billy Bernaccia walks off. Zach Patient, calm, methodical, knows his shots. Tippy toes up there, not a tall guy, so did a little tippy toes, able to get those shots crossfield, and he gets another kill. So even though he did get a major penalty to start it out, Infamous fought back, and regardless, they're still up 1-2 right now, 17 minutes and 29 seconds remaining here.
there's the stats on Zach Patient, 21 points, 11 kills, 66% win percentage. I mean, Zach Patient, you know, like you said, it's really lucky just not only to get them back because they're good players, but both the Zachs have wheels. You know, both of these guys are true snake players. They both are just blazing fast. So when you have speed, that really gives your inside guys more opportunity to do their jobs better.
Well, and Todd, they got Brad McCurley too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Brad McCurley.
Brad McCurley can play anywhere.
Yeah, Brad McCurley cut his chops in that final game for their win in 2012 when he shot 4 Russian players in sudden death overtime by himself. And so here we go on the breakout, 17-21 to go, 2-1's the score, and it looks like XFactor dropping a body, Michael Kovar dying, trying to get out wide over here on the snake side, but Billy Bernaccia makes it in the snake. He crawls to the inside part of snake 2, and then here comes Zach Patient. He's like, yeah, forget snake 2, I'm going right to the 50-yard line. And here's the battle that's forming on the snake side. Zach Patient for Infamous on your left, Billy Bernaccia on your right.
Nice shot across the field.
See, yeah, so Zach Patient gets that cross-field kill. And there comes.
Oh,
actually, that's Brad McCurley. My bad. So Brad McCurley now. So that's 3 guys that have stepped up for Infamous in the snake. And Brad McCurley gets in there, does some damage, gets himself 2 confirmed kills.
That was a great game right there too. That was a good shot cross field. They know their shots, and as we get to go further in the tournament, these players are going to get to know the shots a lot quicker. They're not going to be looking for things anymore. They're going to know where the shots are, the angles, the holes. Like that snake has so many little crossfield shots and holes that you can't see from up here, but they're there.
Yeah. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
Ever wonder why you feel so great after purchasing from BuyPBL.com? We stock and test only the best to be sold directly to you. And once our team of experts deems that your order is complete, it gets the stamp. Once your order is packed, our team of shippers will get you your goods fast. Ooh, yeah. Never have a bad shopping experience again. Shop at BuyPBL.com. Feel free, alive, and incredibly rich.
There's Travis Lemansky, the leader from Los Angeles Infamous, who has stepped off the field in order to help guide his team, try to get them a victory yet again. Their last victory was 2012 in Chicago, and last season underperformed, so very much wanting to come in and make a statement to the rest of the league and say, hey, we are still one of the top teams. They finished 7th overall last year, and that's not where they want to be, and not where they should be, honestly, with the roster that they have. Not with guys like Drew Templeton, Nicky Cuba, and Bornstein brothers on the squad.
Yeah. There you see Colt Roberts on your screen. Grayson Goff on the field for XFactor. Michael Kovar's down there. And I believe that's Scott Kemp over there on the other side. Oh, no, that's Archie Montemayor. And number 88. Meter Ninos. So XFactor down 2 points right now, but if you were watching with us all day, you just saw them come back from down 6-2 versus Tampa Bay Damage and win a match. 2 points, not that big of a deal for XFactor right now as they shoot 2 bodies on the break, maybe 3, make that 3 bodies on the break as Nicky Cuba gets called out. Bobby Vilas gets shot on the bump, so just 1 body left. Colt Roberts is going to come through the middle and give Jason Bornstein a kidney replacement.
That is classic. Oh, man, but what a good game. That was an amazing play right there. That was ran by XFactor.
Yeah, it was called shoot 3 guys on the break play and executed quite nicely right there. Bobby Aviles got to his primary spot and then just got chopped up going right to that can. So back to a 1-point difference now on that. Check out this replay right here. Here's Colt Roberts. You're going to see him come right through the middle of the field, and that's Jason Bornstein. Caught looking the wrong way. Going to catch a couple right in the side right there and come off the field.
Ooh, yeah, like a liver shot right there on the side. We're not talking about Jägermeister.
I was going to say, I was trying to think of something quick, but you guys just beat me to the punch.
We're just trying to keep our wit stats high here.
Wit stats,
as the afternoon,
wit stat stuffing.
As the afternoon progresses, it's the second last game of the prelims. Next up, we got Edmonton Impact and Damage. The crazy thing is that, you know, in these relegation games, it looks like Heat's playing a relegation game, and Impact or Damage will be as well, too. So a big-name team with a lot of support is going to be playing in the Challengers Division for the second event. Who is it going to be? Well, you're just going to have to tune in tomorrow to find out. But we'll be right back after these messages. So XFactor getting back on the board. 3-2 is the score. 16 minutes and 1 second remain here in this matchup between the undefeated teams at the PSP 2014 Dallas Open. Looks like Dixon Yang catches one. He's going to have to walk off, but both teams able to get to the 50-yard line snake at the same time. At the same time, they come around and try to get a shot on each other, and I think that it looks like both of them are going to come off. So Zach Patient and Billy Bernaccia tied each other in the race to the 50 snake, but they both come off. But here's Brad McCurley. He comes in because Todd Morrow got shot behind Billy Bernaccia, and now Infamous makes quick work of XFactor.
Give some, get some.
That's right.
That might be a flag. They're reaching for it.
The fans are begging for some sort of penalty.
We are in Texas, so you know, you don't hear much about that in the flip side. But you know, there was a lot of people shooting after the horn was blown. Maybe this the rain was in their ear or something.
I don't know. Let's check out this replay real quick on that snake meeting that Billy Bernaccia and Zach Patient just have. Zach Patient actually gets there first, gets his gun through the crack, but I don't think he got a ball through. And then Billy Bernaccia missed him on the first come around, and then they ended up trading together. So it didn't look like he saw the spray come out of the other side. I'm not sure, you know, Zach was going to do the shoot through the crack trick, but it didn't quite work. And then while he was doing that, Billy missed him. But they traded out. Infamous smashed them that point. So 4-2 now in favor of Los Angeles Infamous. We'll be right back after this.
So a soaking wet crew from XFactor takes the field here as a slight rain continues to fall from this Dallas sky. 4-2 is the score. Infamous beating San Antonio XFactor, but we saw Damage beating San Antonio XFactor before XFactor was like, yeah, that's not happening. And they came back from a 6-2 deficit, scored 5 unanswered to win the game and assure themselves a spot in Sunday's competition. Now on the breakout, Infamous trying to keep 5 alive. Ref in there checking out Damian Ryan, who's doubled up with Brad McCurley, and a major penalty on Damian Ryan. Damian Ryan had 5 confirmed kills up to this point, finally stepping up and starting to get some G's, but not helping the team out, getting that major penalty. Brad McCurley, his roommate, is now going to take a spot in the penalty box, and it looks like Infamous is going to concede the point here.
Well, why would they do that, though?
That
makes no sense.
I don't know. They want to take as much time off the clock, off that penalty, as possible, but they only, I don't think they got 4 seconds off of it, so 1 minute and 57 seconds remain on that penalty. The door has now swung open for San Antonio XFactor.
I don't know about what just happened there.
I honestly, I want an explanation.
It seemed like XFactor might have been in control of that game, but on this field, anything is able to happen. You know, let's check out this replay real quick and see if we can see what happened here. But Damian definitely gets shot shooting on the sidestep, and the referee's going to come over and pull a major because Damian looks right at the hit where he is, and then Brad gets pulled on it, and
you notice how Brad ran away from him? He's like, maybe he'll pull Zach out. I'm out of here.
You know, kind of hard to tell, you know, who blew the horn on that replay, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll be right back. We'll check it out and let you know.
Did you hear that? Hear what? Tanks? 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 Tanks! Tanks! Oh yeah, tanks. Night, night. Tanks? Tanks. Tanks? Tanks. Weasel 3!
So we were having a little off-camera conversation here about who blew that horn and why. It seems like XFactor blew the horn, but let's check in with Lauren Kelly. That's why we have her down in the pits, so she can give us some information.
Hey guys, I know there was some confusion up in the tower about why they conceded that last point. Apparently it was an oversight. They didn't know that there were 2 bodies still alive, so they conceded the point because they thought they had the disadvantage, but it was just a mistake. So now they're trying to regroup to see how they can get some points on this board.
So Infamous gets a little bit of a gift there, but there still is 1 minute and 56 seconds left on that Damian Ryan major penalty. You see the rain starting to come down a little bit more here. Scotty Kemp talking to one of the referees.
You know, Lauren Kelly, with that said, looks very comfortable down there on her side of the field. I'm glad she's down there. You know, she's taking that top spot for us, 4th member of our broadcast.
Yeah, well, so what's going on out there was, you know, XFactor making a little bit of a mistake there, but the door's still open for them. They've already done this today and come from behind. Infamous now 2 points away from victory, but they have to play with 4 bodies for the next 1 minute and 56 seconds. So we will see. Still a lot of time. I mean, my God, there's still 15 minutes and 4 seconds left to play.
I love when the beard makes the noise. Like when he talks, it looks like Goggle Flage with Brad Mon.
Feed me.
I'm hungry. There you go. XFactor on your screen right now.
So look at this, though. Heavy bodies going towards the D side of the field and up the center for San Antonio XFactor, who has a chance here. And it looks like Dimitri Ninos getting shot trying to get up the center, but they are able to get Michael Kovar into the snake. I think he might have got a shot on Damian Ryan. No, Damian Ryan still alive in there. Now wrapping around that 50-yard line snake, Michael Kovar. Oh, did he get a shot in on him? He did. He domes up Nicky Cuba. And so in the driver's seat, here comes XFactor. Colt Roberts up to the center 50. Much better field position for XFactor. Colt Roberts past the 50-yard line. He bunkers out Damian Ryan, continues his forward progression. Looks like Corey Bornstein gets shot trying to wrap around to get a shot on Roberts. So Kovar is now going to sprint that flag and try to save all of that penalty he possibly can. 1 minute and 4 seconds left, and that's a great fast point from San Antonio XFactor on the power play. Score is going to be 5-3.
Oh man, XFactor, you know, you never want to put yourself in this situation where you have to consistently be making comebacks. But, you know, XFactor, you know, with that major penalty playing 5-on-4 right now, and that point took about 50 seconds, so still another 1 minute and 4 on the penalty. XFactor only narrowing the gap to 2 points right now, and here you see on the replay, there's Colt Roberts coming up the middle. That was Scott Kemp there on the outside, putting the pressure on and giving Colt Roberts some room to come in before he gets chopped up by Corey Bornstein. And then Corey Bornstein shooting across the field, but XFactor closes in, wins that point, and now a 5-3 game. There you have in the pit, that's Greg Posey and Travis Lemansky, coaches of LA Infamous. That's Nicky Cuba, the linebacker, Zach Wake.
Nicky Cuba trying to get most intimidating of 2014 award, putting on all that muscle in the offseason. But he looks fast, man. The thing with Nicky, though, is that he may have put on a bunch of muscle, and that's not necessarily what you want to do, you know. But but he put some speed on too. And paintball, yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, that guy's 5'5" and super fast. He must be amazing. Yeah, size helps if you're small. It helps you if you're a tiny guy, but that doesn't make a good paintball player. It's what goes on between the ears. That's what makes a good paintball player, and that's why Nicky Cuba has been a top-level pro paintball player for a long time now.
There's Bobby Aviles, you know, another stellar paintball player from LA Infamous, coming out on the field, along with Damian Ryan, Corey Bornstein, and Zach Patient. Brad McCurley serving that last major. Oh, and any bodies? Yes, Zach Patient getting shot, going to the snake side corner. Dixon Yang getting shot to the snake side temple. Colt Roberts coming on to Infamous' side of the field, and he's going to run through and shoot both Damian Ryan and Corey Bornstein before Bobby Aviles can pick him up. So now just Bobby Aviles on the field, going to try and burn some of this penalty, but...
And another comeback is being mounted by San Antonio XFactor. They are now 1 point away from tying this game up here.
So Grayson Goff with the heads-up play, go grab the flag and run it in. That point took about 30 seconds. You know, check out this replay here. And there's Colt Roberts again, going hunting up the middle. Realizes that Bobby's not looking at him, so he's going to cut through the inside. And Corey Bornstein had just picked his gun up and shouldered it, did not see Colt Roberts come through, shot Damian Ryan in the back, and was able to get his gun up just in time to trade out with Colt Roberts. So, man, what's Colt Roberts looking like over here? 6 confirmed kills in this match so far.
Yeah, Colt Roberts and Archie Montemayor combining for 11 between the two of them. And it looks like a timeout's going to be called, so we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after this. So, overcast and rainy afternoon here at Cousins Paintball Park for the 2014 PSP Dallas Open. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Todd Martinez. Chris Osoyo getting a A little glance here in the pits for San Antonio XFactor mounting yet another comeback. Luckily for them, this time they still have a little bit more of, they have a little bit of a buffer, because last time when they played Damage and came back and scored 5 unanswered, Damage had already got to 6 points in this race to 7. Infamous, they only put 5 on the board before XFactor started to mount their comeback. Still 13 minutes and 34 seconds remain here, and XFactor been making full work of this power play. 26 seconds remain on the penalty, Todd.
Yeah, I mean, Infamous, yeah, it's a lot of these, I mean, bodies are dying all over the place over here, but, I mean, that penalty, you know, really hurt Infamous right there, you know, allowing XFactor to get back in this game. It seemed like Infamous was building some momentum, and then Damian Ryan, you know, gets shot in the arm, continues to play right in front of the ref that was staring at him. So, you know, and it's also taken Brad McCurley out of the game, who was playing really well, you know, as that secondary guy on the snake side behind Zach Patient. So now, you know, we're looking at a 1-point game, you know, with tons of time, and, you know, for at least this next point, Infamous is going to have to break out with 4 bodies again.
You know, still 26 seconds left on that penalty as well. You know, 4-5 game. XFactor in true fashion coming back once again, you know, to bring it with 1 point. I mean,
the fight lives strong.
I love it. I love it. I mean,
the fight definitely is strong in San Antonio XFactor. We're still in this match. They are losing by a point still, but regardless, they've been mounting a comeback. This game brought to you by CPX Sports. Check out the CPL League they have there. April 5th through the 6th is the first event. Second event, May 31st through June 1st. And then the third event, July 19th through the 20th. Their fourth event, September 6th to the 7th. Also, Living Legends. Go to livinglegends.paintball.com. Man, you want to talk about a fun, big game to play? You got to go to Living Legends. So go to livinglegends.paintball.com or www.cplpaintball.com, CPX Sports. So, can Infamous put 2 more points on the board and take this victory? Both these teams are undefeated so far in this event.
Infamous on your screen right now.
So on the breakout, LA Infamous trying to break out into the snake off the break. They're able to do it, and that is number 23, Zach Wake, finally getting a spin. So Zach Wake, I think he just got a G cross field, but then he got shot himself. So Cole Roberts getting shot out for San Antonio XFactor. But here comes Zach Wake, Corey Bornstein coming out. Brad McCurley still in that box for the next 4 seconds. Look for Brad McCurley. Right-hand portion of your screen is going to be running out from the penalty box, and he's going to go out wide. Ooh, but he gets chewed up trying to make it out there. That's a nice job by XFactor to shoot Brad McCurley, and it's looking good for them to try to tie it up. Just Damian Ryan and Bobby Villas left.
That's a hard run out there from that box. I mean, any weight coming out of there, there's nothing to go to in the back center. You got to go way outside to get there, Todd. And it's too far too late if you're, especially if Barely Bernacchi is in the 50 snake.
Yeah, there really isn't anywhere to go directly out of the box. So, you know, Brad McCurley tried to make that run, but too many XFactor guns still up.
You know, on your screen right now, Billy Bernacchi on your right-hand side of the screen. That's Bobby Aviles and Damian Ryan on the top side of your screen, trying to lock it down and run off as much of this clock as possible. 12:26 is a long, long time.
Yeah, there's not a lot of running the clock off to see if you're going to win.
Yeah.
You really kind of just have to just go at them. And here comes another comeback from San Antonio XFactor as they are about to tie this game up here at 5 with 12 minutes and 9 seconds to go. 4 players left alive for them. Montemayor, Niños, Kemp, and Bernaccia. And lots of kills for all those guys. 5 for Montemayor, 3 for Niños. Colt Roberts got shot by Damian Ryan. And then Billy Bernacchi is getting 4. Colt has 6. So nice work by San Antonio XFactor, man. This is the second game in a row we've seen this.
Yeah, I mean, there is no quit whatsoever in San Antonio XFactor.
Well, Todd, it goes to what they were saying when they got interviewed after that first come from behind victory, and and everyone out there, this is a lesson to learn for you guys. You have to approach this game not in the general context of the game, but that you get a new chance every single point. Every point is a new point. Every moment is a new moment. Let's look at this court press here from Billy Bernacchi and Dimitri Niños.
He's playing really good right now, man.
Yeah, Billy is playing good, and they need us. You know, XFactor, every team, you have to have a strong snake presence. Michael Kovar is playing well for them. I don't think there's anyone playing bad for XFactor right now. I mean, they seem to want to kind of get a slow start and let the other and have an awesome challenge in front of them. So let's check in with Lauren Kelly. She is with the owner, awesome guy, Alex Martinez, San Antonio XFactor. Well, we'll get to that interview in just a second here.
You know, how do you feel if you're Zach Wake right now? I mean, Zach Wake came out of that camp just last year.
Well, if I'm Zach Wake, I'm happy because he's very, very stoked to be back with his boys on LA Infamous. Even when he went to XFactor, he was happy for the opportunity. It didn't work out. He ended up getting cut by them because he was getting too many penalties. So, but, you know, Zach Wake he's kind of a new man. He's been around the block, played for 7 pro teams, but he hasn't got a lot of reps this game. But when you have 3 guys that are playing well in the snake, well, that's a good thing for your team. So now Zach Patient, the other Zach that plays the snake for Infamous, is in there, and he's going to go right to the 50-yard line. But as the rain continues to come down, they lose a body over there on that D side. 4 players left alive for Infamous. You're looking at XFactor on your screen right now, and they have 5 players alive trying to win this game here and go undefeated in the prelims.
You know, whoever wins this point right here, this is the battle of attrition between Zach Patient
Michael Kovar.
and Michael Kovar. Oh, Zach Patient just gave the body away. What? That's with all the coaching. There's no more coaching on the sidelines.
Well, I think he made the mistake, Chris, because he thought that Kovar was at the 50-yard line, and Kovar wasn't. He was in the snake to the outside part by the sidelines, and so nice job by Kovar to stay alive in there, and Zach Patient made a little mental mistake.
Oh, Kovar catches one in the face too. So there we go, number 69. That's Damian Ryan on your screen, and Brad McCurley in the back corner. Look for Brad to move up this field a little bit. Pinnacle point of the match right here, Matty. Whoever wins this point, I really think is going to win this game.
Yeah, I think you do have a point there. Yeah, point.
No pun intended.
I was trying to find another word for point, but it's getting late in the day.
Matty, a man of many, many, many words. I have to Google half the stuff he says sometimes.
So it's all tied up, 5 apiece. Infamous versus XFactor. XFactor just mounting this amazing comeback, but can they actually put this 6-point on the board and come within 1 point of victory? Drew Templeton coming off for Infamous. Not looking good for them right now. 2 players left alive, 3 for XFactor. They do have a 1-body advantage.
And Brad McCurley and Damian Ryan on your screen. Right there, number 10, Dixon Yang. Look for him trying to get in the snake here real soon, too, because everybody's stuck in the snake. Brad McCurley making a good move up in the snake.
Ooh, and nobody saw that move from XFactor into their Dorito on the opposite side of the field. That's going to free up Todd Morrow. And here he comes. Looks like Archie Montemayor crept all the way into Infamous's side of the field. Nobody saw him. And then when Brad McCurley made that move into the snake, Montemayor was able to shoot him, and he is pumped right now.
These guys are unstoppable.
Just throwing fist pumps.
Let's go down to the 4th member of our broadcast, Lauren Kelly. What do you got for us, Lauren?
Hey, I'm down here with Alex Martinez, owner of XFactor. You guys are the comeback kings today. First, you came back from a 4-point deficit, and now it's a 3-point deficit with Infamous. How does it feel watching this all happen from the sidelines?
I feel like a proud dad, to be honest with you. These boys are coming into themselves, and they've taken years, but this is where we're at now, and these boys are matured. I've seen them growing up, and it's hard to believe. I mean, it's just mind-boggling, and it's just, I love these boys to death. We're like one big happy family. I'm so proud of them.
Well, Infamous is fighting hard. You guys are now in the lead by 1 point. Are you a little nervous, or you think your boys are going to get this last point?
Yeah, well, actually, we fight every point, no matter what. We play to win, and that's the end of that. We know nothing else but to try to win hard.
All right, this is the match to watch. They could tie, Infamous could tie it up, or XFactor could go undefeated. We'll have to wait and see.
Man, I'm a huge fan of Alex Martinez, 48 years old. He actually played up until last season, but he has back problems. You know, he played semi-pro baseball when he was younger, been playing paintball for a long time, very active guy, runs a construction company. And like you said, he should be a proud dad, man. Team won the World Cup last year, and which was a victory 10 years in the making. Check out Season 2 of the roster. It's online. Check out Planet Eclipse, a big supporter for San Antonio XFactor, and just such an amazing paintball story. These boys from Texas, and have just been doing such an amazing job today. These come from behind. I want to say victory yet. They had an amazing come from behind victory, 5 unanswered points to beat Tampa Bay Damage. That was the second time that Tampa Bay Damage let a team come back to beat them. The other team that came back on them was the team that XFactor is playing right now, Los Angeles Infamous. And we get to see Impact and Damage play each other coming up next. Both of those teams 1 and 2, and whoever loses that match is going to have to play in a relegation game tomorrow, which should be crazy, very dramatic, and super fun to watch for us, not for the guys playing the game. Todd, you've been in those situations before.
Yeah, it's no fun.
Well, and you know, look at the screen now. I started to take you guys off. Billy Bernacci's in the box right now. XFactor is starting with 4 players. He must have got a minor penalty off the field or something along those lines, but XFactor still coming hard up the middle with, look at Colt Roberts feasting.
Colt Roberts is just on fire. No one's stopping Colt Roberts. Colt Roberts unabated. 1 player left alive. Colt Roberts is trying to find him. He obliterates his back, and Colt Roberts pumps his hand in the air, triumphant. Hands up to the crowd.
Wow.
Amazing job by Colt Roberts, dominating up that center to put the defining winning point on the board for San Antonio XFactor. Their second come from behind victory. Getting chills up my spine right now, Todd.
He watched Push. That's what he was watching. Yeah. That kid just went to town.
Colt Roberts had been watching paintball videos. Chris, you had said he was just about as like a kid in a candy store,
look,
man.
I got my hairs on my arms are on end right now just watching this.
I got to say, Chris, I don't want to interrupt you, but XFactor is my favorite to win this event right now.
Wow. If they continue to play like this, I've got to agree with you, Maddie. I mean, my hair is standing on end. Look at this. The pod boy still, he's even ready for more. He's like, give me more. I want more. The kid on the field, the game's over. Unbelievable. Let's go to the replay right now and watch this amazing play by Colt Roberts. You see Colt Roberts right side of your screen.
Look at this. Colt Roberts launches, and Colt Roberts gets to the 50-yard line. Damian Ryan's trying to do damage. He's like, yeah, sorry, Damian, it's not your day. I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to take your buddy with you. In fact, I'm just going to go on. I'm going to shoot all 5 players.
Where's the last one at? He's looking for him. He's searching for him. He's looking for him. And then he comes and sees the back and puts an exclamation point, Maddie.
Oof. Colt Roberts for the second time in this tournament has broke double digits on kills. 11 confirmed kills for the master. Colt Roberts just looking phenomenal. The whole team at XFactor hitting on all cylinders. Wow, let's check in with Lauren Kelly on the sidelines with Colt Roberts.
I am here with Colt Roberts. Oh my gosh, that run through in the last second was amazing. What was running through your mind?
Well, I knew I'd shot a wide guy, and I knew we were 4-on-5, and I didn't think they'd expect me to go through the middle, so I heard the X shooting, went through, got him clean, kept going, stayed clean the whole way, and just kept going, so.
It was incredible, and the crowd was cheering like crazy. Now, you had a 4-point deficit. You came back. What did you think your chances were when you had a 3-point deficit to do it all over again?
Again, it's just our motto, 1 point at a time. We know if we just continue to play and have a short memory that we're going to do well.
Now, you did quite a few run-throughs during that match. What do you practice when you guys are in the off-season or between tournaments to get that skilled at it?
Well, when you're going up the middle, you just got to have real good field awareness. You look for smoke coming out of barrels, bunker movement and whatnot, and just kind of feel it. It's all about timing and feel.
Well, congratulations. XFactor is at the top. They are undefeated. Next up, we have Impact versus Damage, which should be interesting. Who do you think is going to win?
Well, Impact better win or they'll be playing for relegation, so we'll see.
All right, we will see. Stay tuned. Dude, that was fucking awesome.
Wow. So unbelievable job by Colt Roberts and the rest of his crew as the rain really starting to dump now for the last game of the day. Edmonton Impact, Tampa Bay Damage. The loser of this game is going to be playing in a relegation match, which no one wants to do. We'll be right back after this. Do not go anywhere. You don't want to miss it.